If I was trying to be that drunk bitch who drives herself home and a guy let me, I wouldn't talk to him.
Oh.
Because when you're drunk and you make these stupid decisions, like
Yeah.
you're not fully aware, I'd be like, he saw how drunk I was and he didn't even think to tell me to call an Uber?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, I'm MJ.
And I'm Bree. Welcome to the Keeping It Casual podcast.
I'm married. I'm a mom, so I get it.
And Lord save me, because I am dating.
We're more than just a sex-positive dating and relationship podcast.
We want to share the perspectives on every kind of relationship while giving a voice to our listeners.
Plus tons of tips to boss up your life.
And sex life.
Your Vegas girls are here for you.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey, y'all.
Guess what?
What?
We're celebrating a birthday! Because somebody is 41 and fabulous.
Oh my God, you guys. What's happening? When we started this, we were just a couple of 30-something Vegas girls.
Now we're not.
Now only Bree's 30-something.
But I've matured.
Yes. Oh, I'm just mature.
I've matured.
I have mature skin. I'm in the mature category. You
That's
know,
okay.
We took some tests. I think it was the love language test. What's your age range? And it was like something to 40 or 41 to 50. And I was like, oh, thank God, I'm just to 40. So I've crossed over into the bracket.
Yes. Actually, you know what's funny is when I took the love language test, I was in like the something to 35 range. And I was like, oh.
I know, when you see that, like, you're like, I'm in this bracket now. Oh, my tax bracket.
My tax bracket has gone up, and so has my age bracket. But because you told me last week to retake the love language quiz, and I was like, it still hasn't changed. I did, and it hasn't really changed, but it did change a little bit.
Okay.
Physical touch.
Okay.
Quality time has become my second one.
Interesting.
Which makes sense.
What was it before, you think?
It was acts of service.
Oh.
So quality time makes a little bit more sense now because I was in that long distance thing. So it's actually physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, which I've never been a words of affirmation person.
Interesting.
Then acts of service, and then gifts. 3% on the gifts. Like,
oh, man.
Bitch don't give a fuck about getting gifts.
You know what's interesting when it comes to gifts? I told you I was listening to the 5 languages of love for kids, right? And gifts for children is a whole different thing. Like when you do it for kids, it's more sentimental and it's like it touches a different part of them. But it seems like if that's your love language as you get older, you a bougie gold digger. But it's not the truth.
No, you know what's so funny about gifts is like Vivian, one of her love languages, I would say top is gifts.
I think so.
Because I'll come in and she'll be like, is that for me? And I'm like, it is now.
Yeah, and quality time.
Yes.
Big time. Yeah, she's a big quality time girl.
And even like as long as you're kind of engaging with her while she's doing a puzzle and she's sitting next to you, she's fine.
Yeah, and Logan is just give me all the hugs.
Oh yeah, he's a physical toucher.
Big time. He's such a little love.
But he's like me where he's like, not everybody can touch me.
He's like, I'm in a mood right now. Yeah.
Yes.
Only mommy. I'm the only one that can break that boy. That's why we're like,
yeah. But Chris and Vic, that's just how it is. Moms and sons and dads and daughters.
I definitely recommend that to anybody who's a parent. It's really telling. It's really it's really a good book that I'm reading and making me react a lot different to the kids too.
That's good.
I have to tell you something. I got an email or a text message from a boy, Smooth J, Big Beat Battalion.
What's up?
He was like, is it DJ Cherry Bomb's birthday? It was like on the 5th. I was like, no, it's actually on the 9th, but that's okay because I own the month. Like, seriously. And he just texted me Beyonce, like Beyonce emojis. But
fantastic.
Chris and my mom, they were like, what do you want to do? And I always like kind of do a girls thing or do a big group thing and stuff. And I was like, I need some time with my man. I need some like one-on-one with Chris because I'm actually doing a girls trip.
Yes. I'm not going.
No, Bree was going to go, but it's a big far trip and she has a family thing here in California she needs to attend. But the reason I've been kind of bummed out lately and kind of feeling shitty is because I lost a friend, a dear friend from high school. So actually it kind of reunited me and like 4 of my other girlfriends who all live in Florida. We've all kept in touch throughout the years. This is going on like 30 years. So we are all getting our shit together and meeting for a long weekend in Florida.
I'm so happy.
She brought us together. So we lost her, but she has brought us together. So it's really special. So that's kind of what I'm doing for my birthday. And we are going to be doing something special for you guys on the podcast, releasing some special sauce for you.
Yes.
Because bitch needs a week off from editing, okay?
Yes.
Truth be told. But I got something coming for you. We got something for you.
We also have an episode with Jake Gallen. We're going to be on his podcast. And the week that we do his podcast, we're actually taking that off so you can pay attention to him.
Yeah, so you can check us out on his podcast. So we'll be sharing all the links, but taking a little bit of a step back this month. You know, you lose somebody, it gets really hard. And also, it's just nice to take a breather. So we love you. We're still going to be coming in hot weekly.
Taking 1 week off.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like making it sound so big, and we're like, actually, we're taking 1 week
we're
off.
Like making an appointment now. You guys, we're going to be taking anyways.
Yeah, my cousin, he and his wife are about to have a baby, and I adore them. So I'm going out to California to go to the baby shower and just see my family. I haven't seen them since, you know, a very long time, and I need to be with my fam a little bit.
Time to live a little bit.
Well, I mean, like, my cousin bought a house, and I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
They bought a house like last August.
Yeah, and you're tight with your cuz.
Yeah, she's like my sister. My niece turned 16. Good God.
Now you're 16. Am I still cool? You just like ponder your coolness.
I am cool.
You are cool.
I'm the cool auntie. You're the cool auntie. We're cool.
Fucking cool mom, too.
We're fucking cool.
And I'm fucking 41 and fabulous, and I love it.
Yes!
I will always own my age. We can't do nothing about our age, only our attitudes. I've never really lied about my age. I don't really care. I guess I'm getting to the age where people would want to start lying about their age, but
I don't care either.
It's not my fault. Things that are my fault are things that I can improve upon and own up to. But yeah, this is not my fault, so I got nothing to do with it.
Lying about your age is
41.
so weird. I had a guy on a dating app lie about his age.
Wait, I am 40. I will be 41 on Tuesday. We're recording on Friday. This comes out Wednesday. Let me just state that.
So she is 41 when this drops. Just so you know.
This is the voice of a 40-year-old.
But yeah, I actually had a guy lie to me on his dating profile once. He said he was like 30 something, and I was like, all right, cool. He ended up being 15 years older than me.
Oh, hell no.
Which I like older guys, so I was like, I was cool with it, but
no, that's a lot.
No, he was 16 years older than me. I was 30 and he was 46.
I wonder if people out there like have any stories of like someone who like extremely lied about their age and they just never would admit to it. And you're like, I know you're 41. Stop saying you're 27.
No, but we do have a friend who had a guy lie about being Australian to date her.
Oh my God. Dude, people do some dumb things. Stop lying to people. Own who you are and what you're about. If
you're gonna lie, make it like a little lie. Like, I really like your hair like that.
Make it a lie that nobody's gonna bust you on.
Yeah,
How long are you gonna keep up this act of your Australian accent when she meets the parents? You know?
Oh, it's like Alec Baldwin's wife who pretends she's from Spain and then ended up being from Boston.
Aren't they having like more children? Is he having like 7 children now?
Well, she said she was pregnant, but they actually got a surrogate, so she's just lying more.
Oh my God, I can't even with that.
Do better.
I'm gonna do a sharp U-turn, okay? You wouldn't believe what showed up at my house the other day. My mom loves to spoil the kids with gifts, okay? Her and Vivian are the love language queens, right, of gifts. My mom gives I'm like, Mom, she has the Elsa Barbie house. Please don't. It's taller than Vivian. Like, we don't need any more stuff like that. What shows up at my house? A fucking Barbie dream house. I'm talking the works, girl. 70 pieces, fully furnished. It's got a pool, a slide, and everything. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So first I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, did you send a Barbie dream house? She's like, I did not. Okay. So I called Chris's desk. I was like, did you send a Barbie dream house to the house? Look at this thing.
Okay, who sent it?
I'll tell you who sent it. Vivian ordered it express delivery. It got here in 2 hours. To the house that morning. Here's how I found out. I was like, oh my God, Chris, I don't even know. He's like, well, it says it's from Walmart and we have a $200 deduction from our account. I was like, what the fuck? So I got this new phone. I gave her my old phone, right? But I cleared everything. I guess when she still goes online though, and if she's like,
it's still logged into your account.
If she Googles like Barbie Dream House and it pulls up Walmart.com, I order groceries from there a lot. So I guess my credit card was still booked in there. She didn't know how to do it. I know she can't even fucking read right now, you know, but she fucking express delivered like, I'm gonna need this Barbie dream house stat. I need it in 2 hours, and it showed up at the fucking house. I was like, oh my God. So I was like, Vivian, I wasn't mad at her, but we were just like, how'd you do this? I said, hey Vivian, were you like looking at a Barbie dream house online? And she goes, no, why? Oh, I was just curious if you had saw one recently. She goes, oh yeah. She did a little laugh like this. She goes, oh yeah, I did, because Afra Adley had one and I wanted to see it, and I looked at it and I said, oh, you looked at it, huh? She goes, uh-huh. She goes, and then I saved it because I wanted to save it for Christmas. I go, oh, you saved it. So how did you save it? She goes, well, I pushed the button that said save on it. Oh, She probably, I don't know what she pushed, but anyhow, but she didn't just buy it. She put like a rush on it. She was like, I'm gonna need this today. So,
and of course me, I'm like, Vivian's smart and she knew what she was doing.
So she's like, she heard me telling Chris, she's like, do we get a Barbie dream house? I go, yes, it showed up to the house. She's like, where is it? I go, Daddy had to take it back. She goes, oh, okay, you know. And then she's scrolling through my pictures and she sees a picture of it and she just starts laughing. I'm like, what are you laughing at? She goes, I see the Barbie dream house. I was like, you fucking little shit. Anyhow, she's oh my god, dude. So she's back to school this week and it's her first in-person school. It's been my first time as a mom that has a kindergartner who's actually in school, and I just can deal with my 3-year-old, and I got so much done today. It was crazy.
I know,
being a
we
mom
got to
of
talk
one.
on the phone for an hour.
I had to clean out my Gmail today. Like, that's the kind of things I can get done when there's no demanding 6-year-old
on the phone for an hour.
Yeah, and Logan was chilling. He's hanging out too.
Yeah. So I went to go watch that show on Netflix that you told me to watch.
The movie?
I Care a Lot. I didn't watch it.
You were going to have to watch it, though.
I'm going to watch it next.
Okay.
Because what happened was when I logged into Netflix, a show recommendation popped up called Ginny and Georgia.
Oh, okay. I did see that.
I don't binge watch anything. Girl.
Really?
I spent my entire weekend binge watching it. Okay, I went to a going away party, socially distant, at a park for a very good friend of ours.
Oh, Shaquan, yeah.
Yes. And I was texting Rachel. I started watching the show Ginny and Georgia. She's like, I'm on episode 3 and I'm obsessed.
Really?
And I was like
good?
in the middle of episode 1 and I was like, oh my God, I love it so far. And
excited.
So we're like binge watching it together, but she's ahead of me. So, you know, when you feel like you're like, I got to catch up.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I was texting her on Sunday and I was like, I have to go to the park, but I don't even want to do anything. I just want to lay in bed and watch this fucking show.
Is that good? Who's in it?
I was invested. Nobody I'd ever heard of.
Really?
Yes.
I just saw it in the recommendation thingies, but you know, I'm deep in How I Met Your Mother right now. I just started it.
It's super cute, but also dark at the same time. It's like, did you watch Weeds?
Yeah.
Where it was kind of light and bubbly, but also had this dark undertone to it. That's the best way I can describe it.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm in.
I was hooked. I watched all 10 episodes in 2.5 days.
Wow. Last time I did that, like just was like sucked in was I watched the whole thing. I stayed up till like 3 a.m. It was black as fuck.
Yeah.
I was like,
with Rashida Jones and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, is this a show for me? She goes, girl, it's the show for you. And I watched it. I was like, I fucking love this show.
That's funny.
Still recommend I Care a Lot. It was such a great movie and it's not going to suck you in for days, but it was such a ride. But I want to watch that one.
Yeah, I would actually put down How I Met Your Mother because you could always come back to How I Met Your Mother.
That's my like comfy. That's like your Full House. Like that's when I'm doing laundry.
Oh,
if
I
just want
Fuller
TV
House.
On. Yeah,
I cried a lot. Okay, so I was out with my friends and we were talking about dumb things that were making us cry. And one of my friends, he was like, because Texas had that weird snowstorm, he was like, my mom like told me she wasn't able to get water. And I was like, that's not a weird thing to make you cry. That was like a legit thing you should cry about. Your mother can't get water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cried watching Fuller House, so fuck both of you.
I know, right? Like
you're crying for legit reasons, and I'm like, Fuller House is on right now, you guys.
Oh no, that's my little feel-good show right now. I do need something better to watch.
Watch Ginny and Georgia.
I don't know if I have that. Then I get like nervous. I'm like, I don't have the time to be sucked in. That's why I watched a really good movie recently.
And it's like a whole like, ooh, who do you want this person to end up with?
Ooh.
There's multiple who do you want them to end up with. So I do want to say thank you to the person. Okay, first off, we got a really cool DM slide from one of our keepers who said, hey, bought something for my wife and used code keepers20 at checkout at Like a Kitten.
Stop it.
And I was like, well, thank you.
We this is our like homage to our gentleman episode too.
It really is.
After the girly stuff, but we got some great feedback from the dudes right now. So
I posted that reel where I was talking about
last week's episode.
Yeah. FaceTime date that went wrong.
He was all cocky about his guitar playing.
And then so we got a response that said, haha, I got catfished on a video date. And I said, please do tell. And he said, well, she used a filter on her face, but it was subtle, so I didn't notice in the pictures. But when she popped on, she just didn't look like her profile. And he said, I didn't want to be mean, so I chatted for a bit. But at one point, I was like, oh, it's my bedtime now. And I said, me being the person that I am, I said, did she have like really bad acne or something? And he said, so look, I don't mind a little bit of chub, but she was quite bigger than anticipated. And I said, oh, she's an angle girl. And then I said, ladies, ladies, I do believe this. we are all beautiful. Always put a full body photo. Own who you are. And he said, I agree. He said, I agree. He's like, that's what makes it sexy when you own who you are. Doesn't matter what you look like.
Yeah.
If you own who you are as a person, that is sexy.
That is true. And I think it is so hard to be confident all the time. And just,
it is.
Especially if you're putting yourself out there, you're like, oh, they're not going to like me. But it's like almost like rather put the real shit out there so you really appreciate who's coming your way. I'm not trying to trick people.
Friend give me a very good compliment the other day. She told me, she said, you're the type of person that when you walk into a room, it's like sex on a stick. And I was like, oh, thank you. She goes, no, you are. She's like,
you kind of ooze on it. It's true.
She said you're in the room before you're even in the room.
It's your boobs are in the room before you're even in the room.
Dear God, I have had like 15 conversations about my boobs today, and I'm just like, what's going on?
Honey,
they're not getting touched.
We don't all get them, okay?
Well, no, because I was texting back.
Most of them are bought, okay?
I was texting back and forth with a guy, and he said something about him, and I was just like, eye rolling emoji. He's like, no, I really like them. And I was like, okay. I was like, you're going to massage my back for me? Because they fucking hurt me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and shout outs to the dads, too, because Chris took off work to drive Vivian to her first day of school. He wanted to be here. We all drove her, but he wanted to be. Good thing, because I started crying. It was really embarrassing. She's like, see ya. She was like,
I finally get to meet my friends in person.
Yeah. She just bopped in all confidence, and I'm like, he's like, you okay? I was just like, don't talk to me. Don't pat me on the back in front of the other moms. Stop it. She came out of the bathroom. She had her outfit picked off and everything. And she had the dad ponytail. Like just the low nape of the neck, just hair pulled back. And just like whatever. I was like, she goes, Daddy fixed my hair. I'm like, great.
I can tell.
On your first day of school.
I can tell he fixed your hair.
I let him have it. I was like, do you want me to fix? She goes, no, Daddy did it. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take that from. Let him have the dad ponytail. Of course, the second day, her hair looked like yours does now, like half up, curly, poofy, adorbs.
Thanks.
Anyways, gosh.
We have a really great advice email.
We got an email, and it was a super duper lengthy email. There was details of this guy's date. It was called the Valentine's Diss. Can we talk about the latest vibe we got from Like a Kitten for a moment? I've honestly never tried one like this before.
Are you talking about the flexible design? It actually bends.
I know, yes. So that was a first. Chris was excited to break it out and use it on me. I think because it looks so different from any others he's seen, but he was definitely hitting some new spots on me. And this is why I love partner play, because it allows you to feel some new sensations.
Absolutely. I loved the curved design as well. It's perfect to hit that G spot. And those kitty ears sit on the clit nicely.
Very nice. I was telling a friend about the kitten vibe because it's a kind of a great one to start with if you haven't tried a vibrator before. It has like 3 speeds, versus like the 10 a lot of them have. Oh, yeah. So not to get overwhelmed, but those kitty ears direct you right where to puss it.
Puss it real good. Puss it real good. Keeping it casual bloopers. It's going to be an episode of Patreon. Puss it real good.
Puss it. That's
Get it on.
Yeah, but the kitty ears definitely direct you right where to press it to feel that.
So hot. You can grind on it, and the extra slim body is great for first time internal play. And that's also where the flexibility is pretty hot. Plus, it's waterproof, ladies. Enjoy.
Oh, you know how she knows her waterproof toys. You guys, we're giving you a free Purrs Like a Kitten vibrator this month just for dropping that rating review on Apple Podcasts. We announced the winner last podcast of every month.
Direct link to enter is right on our website, keepingitcasualpodcast.com. But you can grab it right now with 20% off at likeakitten.com using code KEEPERS20.
See, this is one of my favorite gift ideas, too. I think we all know somebody who could be inspired by a new vibe. Maybe it's you.
Check out the Purrs Like a Kitten vibe and grab 20% off now using code KEEPERS20 at likeakitten.com. And now, back to the show. Ooh.
Okay, he basically got blown off on Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
And he wrote us the story about it.
Me too, bro.
Like to hear it. Here goes.
I'm ready.
All right, feel free to bop in with any commentary as I go, because I actually
I
had to edit this down a little bit, but we're going to go with it.
Okay.
I felt like it kind of set the stage.
Okay.
Now, granted, he is a bachelor. He is a gentleman. We support him. Okay?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
A scholar and a gentleman, this one.
Yes, he is. His name is Damon. You can tell by the way he tells his story. How I met the lady that I thought was going to be my Valentine this year.
Oh.
I was at an event behind a group, guy and 2 ladies. And one of the ladies
What event?
I don't know.
Where are you going to fucking events at?
I know.
I'm not going to any events.
One of the ladies was talking about how she can't wait to be with someone. They noticed me, and the lady talking was a bit embarrassed. So to ease her embarrassment, I said, hey, don't worry about it. Whoever you're talking about is a lucky guy.
All right.
He knows how he's working.
What's up with you? Free for lunch?
Her friend started laughing and then commented on the jacket I was wearing because the guy was wearing a similar jacket.
Oh.
So, yeah. We all had a little laugh, and I left the event, and I went down the way to a karaoke bar, ordered a beer, and went to sit at the table by myself. I had to leave in his karaoke bar because I was like, I love that he's at a karaoke bar.
So he went to Dino's.
Yeah, right. So he's at a karaoke bar by himself. Then the guy that was with the two ladies came up to me. I didn't know they had come to the same bar, and it was an interesting conversation. Seemed like he started to sort of interview me, and after a few questions, he let me know that one of the ladies was his fiance and the other lady was single. I was actually surprised because I found her very attractive.
Oh.
But after that, I felt a little weird because then the guy asked for my number.
Oh, dude asked for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And before I gave it to him, I asked him why. His response was actually kind of cool. He said, once you have found a lady that you genuinely want to be with, you now look for good guys to hang out with. So he went on, so he went on to say that I was a cool guy and he wanted to hang out more as friends. I respected that, so I gave him my number.
Okay.
I like his genuine demeanor.
Yeah.
You know, he seems like a very cool dude, respectful guy. Okay. After our conversation, he invited me over to his group. Soon after, the single lady said that she needed to talk to me. She pulled me away to a less crowded area so we could hear each other talking. She said that she found me very attractive, and I said the same thing. That's when she asked if I was single or what was my situation. Being single in my head, I was thinking, fantastic, I have a chance. She asked if I would like to be her date for the night. Then I said, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a little misleading of her already?
You want to be my date for the night?
I don't know.
I've never asked that.
I haven't either. I thought that was a little strange how she came on so hot and heavy so quickly. And
Interesting.
she put a little status on him
Pretty quick.
right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is where the leash the leash got attached and his hopes got up. That's what I kind of picked out of this. Anyways, I'm not going to lie. I couldn't believe this was happening because of how attractive I found her. We returned to the group and I bought a round for everybody.
Oh.
Throughout the night, we were dancing and singing and just having a genuinely good time in conversation between the four of us. And it started to get pretty late, and my date said she had to go. Her friend suggested I walked her to the car, which I was about to suggest anyways.
That's very sweet. Good.
It seemed like we were walking for quite some time, and since it's pretty cold where I live, but couldn't seem to find her car. So I started getting a little nervous and said, hey, worst case scenario, I'll just give you a ride home, but let's go ask your friends. She said, I have a confession to make. My thoughts were, oh, of course, she's seeing someone. But it was that she knew where her car was. She just wanted to spend more time with me.
But it's going to go bad. So,
Because she's fluffing them up.
that's a smooth move. I'm going to steal that.
Yeah, right? I can't find my car. Yeah.
But that might make you look dumb, though.
Or drunk.
Yeah.
I'm
not stealing that
A lot
move.
of drinks going on. I got the biggest grin on my face and said thank you as I'm enjoying my time with you. So we decided to kind of goof around and playing in the snow a little bit. But where does he live? He didn't say.
No, he doesn't live in Vegas. I'm like, he's at Dino's, and it's like snowing. I'm like, no, he's not in Dino's.
Nope. He said then it was getting kind of cold. She had to really go this time, but weirdly enough, we still couldn't find her car.
Oh.
I suggested that her friends might be still at the bar, so maybe they'd know where it's at. She was hesitant to go back. I guess her lady friend and her had a misunderstanding I was not aware of.
Oh my God.
So is she clinging on to him because she had a fight with her girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what she's fucking doing.
Yes. Okay.
And she wants some attention, and she wants some love.
And she wants to feel safe, and she just wants somebody to be, she doesn't want to be left alone because she pissed off her girlfriend who was there with her man, and she's the odd wheel out. So she's like, I'm going to hang with this guy.
And she was probably like pissed off because she felt like a third wheel already. I don't like her.
He said, I wasn't aware of the misunderstanding. I let her know we definitely need to go back and straighten it out then.
So he was trying to fix her problems.
I love his personality. He genuinely jumped right in and cared 100%.
Yeah.
Once we got there, the two ladies talked it out and everything was okay. And the guy and his fiance left, but sadly, they didn't know where her car was either. We decided to stay at the bar a little longer. She got another drink, and I started drinking plenty of water to ensure I was 100% to drive her home if I had to. After about another hour of just us two hanging out, talking, dancing, having a good time, she said she was getting tired and wanted to go home. After we walked a block, she called another friend to ask if she knew where it was, and she gave her the general idea and found the car. She's really drunk by now because she can't find her car.
Yeah, bro,
Good Lord,
don't let
she's
her
driving
drive.
home. Well, she found her car. He just met her. She's going to do what the fuck she wants.
No, but you
obviously.
call her an Uber or something. Well,
Yeah. I've been drunk and trying to find my car, and then realized I shouldn't be driving right now. If you can't find your car on the way home from the bar, you don't get to drive.
Yeah. If you can find your car,
you still don't get to drive.
Still don't get to drive. Continue.
As we were saying goodnight to one another, we shared a few kisses, and she asked me to call her. I said, of course, and she gave me her number. I asked her if it would be okay if I text her in a little bit. This is where I started picking up on all the little cues, right? This is the final conversation, right? I asked if I would be okay if I text her in a little bit. She kind of gave me a weird look and said, okay, why would you text me in a little bit though? I said, I just want to make sure you make it home okay. I knew you would love that. She smiled and said, yeah, that's okay. But she was already like, why are you going to text me like later?
Oh, God.
Yeah. As she was just about ready to close the door, I said, oh, and one more thing. She laughed and said, yes. By now, she's ready to get out of there, and she's just going to say anything, I feel like.
Yeah.
I could tell by that demeanor. I told her, happy Valentine's Day. It's already tomorrow, and I'd like to take you out. I know that you just said it's okay to call you, but I'd like to make it a date. She smiled again and said, I'd like that. Any thoughts? She was already hesitant when you were like, why are you going to text me? Like,
yeah, you know what? I wouldn't say it's a date on Valentine's Day to somebody for a first date for many reasons. But oh my God, what a sweet move he did. And like, she's like, okay, it's a date. And maybe I'm not trying to defend her, but maybe she didn't think he'd actually call.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't think a dude would call me actually. Yeah. After all that.
She probably just thought she knew you were sweet because you are a gentleman. You've been 100% taking care of her, but I feel like he's the type of guy who doesn't fuck around. He's into her. He's gonna show her. He doesn't play games. Yeah, he's not a game player right here.
But even guys I thought weren't game players played games because everybody got walls and everybody's like game on. You know what I mean? We all are doing it.
So you get surprised when you meet a genuine dude like our boy Damon here.
Yeah.
All right, almost done. I got back to my place. I figured she'd be home, so I sent her a text asking if she made it home okay. I didn't get a response till later that day, which I understood because we called it a night, which was pretty late, and she had said that she made it safe. I asked her, let me know when she was free. I'd like to see her again so we could get the date going. She said, okay, I will. Oh,
if she didn't give you a time immediately, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Because if somebody says, let me know when you're free, I'm going to say, okay, I have, because I'm like, today I had to schedule lunch with a friend for tomorrow, and I was like, okay, well, I'm getting, I have to do something at 9:45 in the morning, and he was like, oh, well, I have to do something at 4, and I said, so 12:30. And he was like, 12:30 works.
Perfect. Yeah. Also, she agreed to the Valentine's date at the end of a drunken night.
Yeah.
She didn't clarify that she would be your Valentine's date the second time you talked to her.
Yeah.
Final goodbye. So as excited as I was, went out and bought a bottle of wine, some roses, chocolates, waited for her to let me know when she was available. Once it was around 7 o'clock at night on Valentine's Day, I realized that Valentine's Day was not going to happen the way I thought. So I went to a nearby mall, and the first lady I saw, I just gave her the roses and told her Happy Valentine's Day. And she just smiled and said, are these really for me? I said, yeah, I hope you have a good day. So charming.
That's so sweet.
Then he said, I went and bought myself something that I wanted because that's what I normally do on Valentine's Day. Went home, opened a bag of chocolates, ate a few of them, drank the bottle of wine, called it a night. He says, I apologize. That story was a bit longer than I thought, but if you got through it all, thank you for taking the time to read it. Maybe you ladies will shine some light on what I could have done differently. Damon.
You didn't need to do anything differently other than you got dissed.
You got caught up in a girl who wasn't being sincere.
Yeah, and that happens. And you didn't, like I said, you didn't do anything wrong.
She went out with her friends, got in a fight with her girlfriend. She was like, oh, I'll hang out with this guy.
Probably the kind of girl who likes guys who ignore her. You know what I mean?
She wanted a little more hard to get from you.
Yeah.
She needed a little game playing.
She wanted you to be like, game on. She probably expected you to not text her. So when you were like, hey, what are we doing tonight? She was like, oh.
Yeah, you showed her you were vulnerable and she squashed you. And that's what people do in the dating world. It's why such a bitch, right?
I mean, it's very similar, but I mean, you fixed it really quick when Chris was like, I want you to be my girlfriend. And you were like, I'm not into labels.
Yeah, no. You know, it is. It's like once you show somebody your hand, they're like, no. And plus, you know, when he started off, he heard her like being like, gosh, I wish I had somebody to be with tomorrow. So he's putting all these cues together, and he's like, I'm that guy. I'm here. I'm right here. Exactly. I am that guy. I think Valentine's Day, a very intimidating day to really go out with anybody.
Yeah.
Respect your being like, hey, I'm here the white knight to save you, but it was just not the right timing for you.
I broke up with somebody on Valentine's Day once.
That's savage.
They weren't showing up.
The final straw. You don't show up on Valentine's Day the way I need you,
Yeah.
you've made it clear.
And I don't ask for a lot. So that was one that I was just like, yeah, this isn't working for me.
I dumped somebody on New Year's. So I was like, yeah, this isn't fucking working
I
for
got
me.
dumped 3 days after New Year's.
Sorry.
The fight began on New Year's Eve. We all know the saga, but the official breakup was 3 days after New Year. Was the 3rd.
Oh, he wanted me to like go to bed early with him because and there was a New Year's Eve party going on at my house, but he had to wake up early and he wanted me to like go in the room and chill out with him. I was like,
no,
I'm
playing hostess.
Matter of fact, go sleep at your house. Like, get lost. I'm gonna be up all night, probably tomorrow night too. I probably won't sleep for 2 days.
Yeah,
it was good times.
Up to no good.
Yeah, it was fun.
I've definitely broken up with people on Valentine's Day.
And I've also been that girl that was out all night having a great time with some dude and said I'd hang out with him and never called him back and blew him off. I've been that bitch.
Oh, I have too.
So I get it. And I feel like the way you presented yourself and the way you went about things, you were just the perfect gentleman. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she'll probably try to call you on a day when she's
won't.
like low or down, or maybe she feels, you don't think so?
No, because I've dated that guy. And when I broke up with that guy, I hooked him up with my friend who needed that guy.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. And I feel like she clung on to you really hard and probably gave you a lot of false hopes because she was having a fight with her girl that night and you were just showing her all the love and respect.
Yeah. Be genuine, be vulnerable, but have a little bit of guard. And by guard, I don't mean like walls up, being a dick. I mean like...
I don't think you can rescue her on the first day.
And look for the red flags. First red flag is dropped.
Yeah.
Game over.
Like, hey, can I text you later? Why would you text me later? It's like, I don't know, bitch, because we've been hanging out all night and you said you were going to be I'm your date. Like, are we done?
Can I text you later?
Yeah.
Why? So I can make sure you're home safe. Dumb cunt.
Well, when people are single too, they immediately feel suffocated when people call too fast or want you to call them when they get, like there's all those little things that immediately you're like, I'm tied down. You got to finesse your way in a little bit.
There's a fine line to it. Yeah. Cause I don't want to be texting. I mean, I'm single right now and I don't want to be texting somebody constantly.
No, you don't. If you met a guy, he said, hey, let's go out on Valentine's Day.
No.
The night before, would you go out with him?
No.
Why not?
Because a first date on Valentine's Day is ridiculous.
It's kind of like
especially if I just met you. Absolutely not.
I feel like he did that because he heard her earlier in the night being like, yeah, I just want to,
I'm sure he did.
To be with.
I'm sure he did, but everybody feels that way right before Valentine's Day when they're single. That's way too much.
It was just bad timing, dude.
I've gone on dates the day after Valentine's Day and it been fine. But I wouldn't agree to it. I think I'd be like, you know what? Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. I'm doing Galentine's. Even if I wasn't doing Galentine's Day, I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to hang out with my girls, but maybe the next night.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Valentine's Day is too... bleh. You know what I mean? It's too big.
And also, a first date right after you meet somebody is hard to pull off.
Yeah.
It's also like,
especially if I'm going to be hungover the next day.
Oh, God. She was hungover. She kept drinking. You were not drinking. She was drinking and driving. She was very uncool in all kinds of ways, but we've all been that uncool bitch. I've done it.
Just me being the person that I am in my 30s now, if I was trying to be that drunk bitch who drives herself home and a guy let me, I wouldn't talk to him.
Oh.
Just saying in general, that's not something I wouldn't reach out to him again. I'd be like, he saw how drunk I was and because when you're drunk and you make these stupid decisions, like you're not fully aware, I'd be like, he saw how drunk I was and he didn't even think to tell me to call an Uber.
Yeah. If somebody's drinking that late and they want to drive home. Yeah. I feel like she was probably like, no, I'm driving.
Probably. I sure hope that's what it is.
I feel like it was because he was like, I will drive you home. I'm prepared to drive you home. I'm drinking the water.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that probably happened.
I'm sure it did.
But she was probably like, I don't know you that well.
Yeah. It wasn't in the story, but like that's something that, and I wouldn't get into somebody's car either. I would,
She should have taken an Uber herself.
Take an Uber.
That was on her.
I know personally who I am. I'd be like, oh, this guy, like he's not going to protect me because I look for people that can protect me. Mm-hmm. You know my weird rules about walking on the side of the sidewalk and the beds and all that stuff.
I knew you would like the part of him like text me when you get home.
I like that. I do appreciate that. If a guy does not say that to me, no second date. Sorry. But yeah, that's something that, you were being protective, but maybe be a little bit more protective. Like, okay, look, I know you say you can drive home, but I'm going to order you an Uber. If you can't afford it, let me get it for you.
A nice little boss move. Don't take any words of a drunken late night
banter
that seriously.
No.
Know what I'm saying?
That's a big truth.
It gets drunk, it gets late. You're just like, sure, fine, whatever. And it happened to be a big letdown because it was a big day.
Yeah.
We believe in you. And as soon as you let us know, we will release your Instagram handle and let all the babes slide in.
Since we have no idea where you're from.
That's right.
We just know it snows.
Thank you for all of your feedback, dudes. I love the dude squad. They come in hot and then they're cold.
Dude, they're hot and they're cold. All right, you guys. Until next time.
Bye. Oh, girl, that was so fun.
Yes, you guys rock. Catch us every Wednesday.
And for our monthly specialty podcast, please join our Patreon.
You'll get that the last Saturday of every month.
And if you rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, you can be entered into our super sexy monthly giveaway.
And if you want to share your voice on the show, you'll find everything you need to know at keepingitcasualpodcast.com.